Yes. Nomás escucha pues. Nomás escucha más para acá. Yo voy a empezar.
Ok, está bien.
Junior Mauricio Meldan Caceres.
Yes.
Sir, initially you were charged with criminal mischief. From what I understand,
Yo entiendo.
Notice what just happened here. This isn't just about a single charge. The defendant is already facing criminal mischief, but now he's accused of giving a fake ID to police while being a fugitive. That combination massively raises the stakes. Audience question: do you think lying about your identity should carry heavier penalties than the original crime?
Daños a propiedad ajena.
your bond was revoked,
Se la revocaron.
and now you picked up a new case.
Es otro caso nuevo.
You have picked up a failure to identify oneself to a peace officer while being a fugitive from justice.
Fugitivo de la
As such, you are facing up to a year in jail
un año de cárcel.
and/or a $4,000 fine.
$1,000 de multa.
We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during questions and interviews. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you, sir.
Represente, señor.
Okay.
On June 13th, 2024, officer was assigned to a follow-up on 7 burglary cases and formulated a suspect.
Wait. You said 7 burglary cases?
Yes, sir. Formulated a suspect who was the defendant as possibly involved in one or multiple of the burglaries. Officers discovered that he had an open warrant out of court 5. Officers received a call that another officer detained the defendant for his active warrant. That officer, in full uniform, had seen the defendant's mugshot and observed him outside the police car. Officers asked the defendant for his name, and he gave the name Mauricio. The defendant was brought to an interview room where he was interrogated regarding the burglaries. The defendant was Mirandized and identified himself as Benito Mauricio Morales Sanchez with a date of birth of March 20th of 1996. The defendant's true name is Junior Maldonado Caceres with a date of birth of January 12th.
Your Honor, Mayor.
Sure.
So, Your Honor, there seems to be a discrepancy between the DIMS and what the originating officer that arrested him is saying. The originating officer is not saying, doesn't mention anything about knowing him by sight. He says he sees him outside of, I believe, an I&A. Where is it? I'm sorry. Oh, Food Mart, I'm sorry. On 11100 block of Arbery Lane. He went up to the suspect and asked him his name. When he said his name was Mauricio, and then he did a pat down, essentially a Terry stop. It doesn't actually give a reason why he's going up to him. It's not about the possible burglaries. I think that happened afterwards, right? That he was made aware of this while essentially he's already in custody. So as far as the absconsion with the criminal mischief, to me, that's separate. And
This is where things get messy. The judge is pointing out a major gap, no clear reason for the stop. That's a constitutional red flag. If an officer can't justify the stop, everything that follows could be tossed. This is classic Fourth Amendment tension. Was this lawful police work or an overreach?
will have to be handled right now as well. But with this one, I'm not hearing any reason other than somebody that's just standing out in front. You're asking them what. It doesn't even say that he asked him what he was doing there. Doesn't say that he saw him committing any acts. So there's no reasonable suspicion. And then he says that he does a pat down for officer
Says he's
safety.
investigating him for 7 burglaries, right?
No, but that's this investigator's investigating him.
So
This is a separate
what's
person.
the initial contact?
The initial contact for the DIMS, it says that the officer knows this defendant from having looked at a recent booking mugshot and knew that he had an open warrant out of this court.
That's not what this officer says. I believe that what he's saying is that he knows, that the officer that does the DIMS knows him because he's investigating.
So who's the actual one that goes up to him on the beat?
It looks like the officer received a call from another sergeant that one of his officers had detained the defendant for an active warrant.
So to make it a little clearer, this is Officer Zachary Hanna that's doing the DIMS. Deputy C. Garcia, he says he's doing a special watch, doing extra patrols for burglaries in the subdivision, right? For possible suspects by the name of Junior Mauricio Caceres, who had an open warrant. While servicing the area, observed Junior hanging out in front of the I Food Mart, made contact with suspect. He provided me his first name, Mauricio, and then detained suspect where I patted him down for officer safety. So basically, he's saying that he sees him outside,
But he knows
pats him
it
down.
though. He knows it. Like he patrols the area.
Where it says it, the people that say it is actually the other ones. Zachary Hanna says he knows him. So he doesn't say he knows him. At least that's not the way I read
He's
it.
doing an active investigation because of the burglaries that are in and around the area.
He doesn't say that the mugshots have been given out. He says he's doing extra patrol. So, I mean, if you're doing extra patrol, but then he sees that somebody on the outside of the food mart, he doesn't say, I recognize them from the mugshot. So I feel like we're doing a leap of logic saying, oh, well, he knew him already. Instead, he goes up to him. I think he just goes up to him.
What do you think?
Within the DIMS, Judge, it says Deputy Garcia stated that he had previously seen the defendant's mugshot and more information and saw the defendant outside of the food mart on the.
So that's what I'm saying, like this,
But that is somebody else's sworn statement. But in his sworn statement, he doesn't say that he knows them from a mugshot.
he makes that sworn statement.
Well, it's not a sworn statement, I'm sorry, the offense report. So he doesn't mention that.
But I'm going off the DIMS, the sworn statement.
Right, but that's hearsay, right? Hannah can't swear for Garcia, so.
And then that means that we don't have any criminal cases here, if that was the.
No, that's not true. That's not true, because I mean, every DWI is literally, it would be Hannah who was the witness, right? But you can't swear for somebody else that they're saying that. When,
I don't know, so let's,
when you look at the offense report and they say something different, that's where you have a discrepancy, and that's where I'm coming at.
let's do this, because I don't know. Can you reach out to him and then we can do another probable cause hearing tomorrow morning? It's already late. I mean, it's nearly 1:00. Can you reach out to the officer to see what brought them to the initial contact? Who did it? Okay, and
I'll reach out to them.
please, regardless as it is, he has an open criminal mission as it is now,
Yes, Your Honor.
right? And I'm not.
It's already been revoked.
Yeah, and well, right now I see that they gave him a PR bond on that,
Okay.
right? But I'm not giving him a PR bond because he absconded and then he picked up a new case, right? So can you, no PR bond day on the criminal mischief day?
So it's gonna be 2501?
I'm gonna leave it at 2501.
Okay.
Shit, but
Your Honor, can we have the same on this one, same bond?
Yeah.
Thank you.
so, and then on the new case, because I have to set a bond now, I'll set it at 2501 as well.
Well, Your Honor, since they're gonna do that investigation, if I could just have a regular reset, that way they can, because they have to do a RIP, and most likely with a case like this, we're probably gonna get a,
I can't just, I cannot find, I have to find probable cause at some point.
in that case, Your Honor, we're gonna waive the probable.
Well, then I guess I'll just find it for all intents and purposes then. And then I guess if you still want to do a RIP or not?
That's them. They told me they can't make an offer until a RIP.
Okay, can you please do it? Do you mind? Because he's going to be, I mean, I don't see an immigration hold either though, Ruben. Do you? Do you see an immigration hold or no?
There's no immigration hold right, as of right now, Your Honor.
Mr. Caceres, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Tell me, are you a United States citizen?
Tengo proceso.
I'm in process.
Understand, the more criminal cases you pick up, the higher likelihood you have of any permission that you have being here for them to revoke the permission. If you have, I don't know if you have or not. And I'm going to tell you, the more time you spend in custody, the higher likelihood you have of an immigration detainer being placed on you. I now, as a condition of your bond, am ordering you not to go back to this location. Do you understand?
¿Se lo entiende? Yes.
Okay. What was it exactly? You said a food town? Or what
It
was
was an INA food mart.
I need football.
it? Allowed to go back to this location. Do you understand,
¿Se
sir?
lo entiende, señor?
Ya.
Okay, so
Yes.
file, so going back to this location and no weapons, please.
Tengo una fianza.
Sí.
And also, as a condition of your bond,
Fianza?
where's the criminal mischief from? Do you know? Is it someone's house? Is it a business?
I think it is a person, because it says something about a patio.
It was to a residence, Judge.
I'm also ordering you as a condition of your bond not to go back to the location of the criminal mischief and not to have contact with that complaining witness as well. All right, sir. I have set both of your bonds at 2501. We will put you back for the moment until we have your bond conditions. We will have you sign them and then you will be on your way, sir.
I'm here on Francisco.
Okay? Is mom here today?
Mom could not make it over I have, I've spoken with my client, Your Honor, about the second, violation, and he was,
It's not a second violation. This is third or fourth. You know, his first was like he picked up the new case.
the one that I got, the eight counts.
Right. Come up. You are obviously not taking this seriously. You continue to break your curfew. Tell me.
So my client graduated from high school. While he was in school, he was working on the weekends at a tire shop. But since we have a PTI officer, restitution and community service, he wasn't making at the tire shop. So now he's working with his mom and her cleaning business. She cleans residential and commercial properties. And he's also working with his mom's boyfriend doing construction. And so last week, Thursday, they were out cleaning and he got in 20 minutes after the curfew.
How do I know that he's actually working? I mean, am I supposed to take his word for it?
Well, Your Honor, I should say mom couldn't make it today, but she does have a cleaning business, and that's why he was late last week, Thursday. He will have his community service completed tomorrow, and he says he will have money for the restitution by Friday.
He, on the 18th, he got home nearly 11 o'clock at night.
That was right, and that's why mom was here yesterday. That day was the quinceañera. He had ordered, my client had ordered an Uber driver. He sent me a screenshot of the Uber canceling his ride at 8:40 so that he would be home on time.
Show me.
Okay.
Show me.
I will, give.
What is the offer in this case, Alex?
Let me see, Your Honor. For this case, it is $1,000 restitution plus 30 hours community service, and we'll dismiss.
How much of the community service is done?
24 hours. He says he'll have the rest of it finished tomorrow.
Okay,
And he says he'll have the money by Friday.
okay. Let's do this. I'll set it for Monday. Then, if you were ever late,
Listen to that warning, this judge isn't playing around. One more mistake in jail is guaranteed. What do you think? Should judges give more second chances to young offenders trying to work, or is strict accountability the only way to keep them on track?
again, I'm going to put you in jail. Do you understand? I don't care what you're doing. You're not supposed to be at a party anyways. You're supposed to be behaving yourself. You're supposed to get home at a certain time. You're not to pick up any new cases. You're not supposed to use any kind of drugs or alcohol. Do you understand? The next time you're late, I don't care what your excuse is. You will stay with me. Your bonds are at 10,000 something now. They're going to double, if not triple, next time. Do you understand me? Okay, we'll see you Monday. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Mom and Dad,
Yes. Yes,
how's
sir.
it going?
Better, a lot better.
Is he behaving himself?
Yes, sir.
Great. That's what we want. We want you to strive. I don't want you to become just another statistic. I want you to become the best person that you can be. And it starts right here. Knowledge is power. When you have knowledge and when you know things, you go real far in life. If you want money, it always starts right here. It doesn't start right here. It's right here as well. If you have the heart, you have the knowledge, you can do anything in this life. It's already hard enough being a young black man in society as it is now, today. Don't make it any harder. With you picking up these criminal cases, that's all you do. You make life even more difficult than it is. Do you understand? Get an education. Don't pick up any new cases and don't smoke any weed. Do you understand? Okay. I'll weigh the appearance. Just make me proud. That's all I'm asking you to do. Okay. You guys have any issues, come back, talk to us, and we'll try to straighten anything out. Okay? All right, guys. Take care.
Yes.
Mr. Martin, you're charged with 2 cases. You're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're also charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. On the gun case, you were facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. I'm sorry, what? Did I just say good?
I think it's a class A.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm like reverse. On the DWI, you're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. And on the gun case, you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. Okay. On January 28, 2025, officers were dispatched to a wreck on Mesa Drive in Fairfax. The defendant was sitting in the driver's seat when officers arrived and admitted to losing control of the vehicle and driving into a drainage ditch. The defendant stated he took some hydrocodone shortly before the crash, and the officer observed red bloodshot eyes, slurred speech, and unsteadiness on the defendant's feet. Standard field sobriety were performed. HGN, they found 6 out of 6, walk and turn, 5 out of 8, 1 leg stand, 2 out of 4. The defendant was read the DIC, and the defendant consented to blood. The officer conducted a search and found in the vehicle a cooler with a beer in the back seat, a small bag of prescription pills prescribed to the defendant, hydrocodone, and a loaded Ruger SP-101 under the driver's seat within reach of the defendant.
Judge, I would just submit to the court, he's a retired veteran. It's my understanding he has a prescription for the hydrocodone for back issues.
Mr. Martin, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using, then I'm going to put you in jail. No more PR bonds. You need to understand that even if you have a prescription for controlled substances, if you take too much, you become intoxicated. If you're in a car, it's a recipe for disaster. Just don't. Do you understand? Any prior DWIs?
No, Your Honor, and license is eligible.
Okay, you need to be very careful. Don't take it if you're going to go drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If I find that you pick up a new case, if you use it irresponsibly, I only have one place for you. I'm going to do everything in my power to protect my community. Do you understand, Mr. Martin? Now, you have a lawyer. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance, but it is your responsibility to stand to Mr. Johnson. He'll tell you when you have to come back to court. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you, you become a danger to my community, you pick up a new DWI, I'm gonna put you in jail. That's all I have. Do you understand? Okay. So for now, I'll have you go to Victoria. We're gonna have you sign a reset. After that, I'll get you to Felicia for your bond conditions, and after that, you're free to go. All right.
Judge, if I may just real briefly, got Arredondo on the docket.
Okay, that way, sir. Please. Sir, you were charged with evading arrest or detention. On that case, you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You're also charged with failure to identify oneself to a peace officer while being a fugitive from justice. That kicks it up to a Class A, so you're also facing a year and or a $4,000 fine on those cases as well. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On January 31st, 2025, the officer observed the defendant's vehicle run a red signal light at the 3400 block of Live Oak Street in Harris County, Texas. The officer further observed the vehicle completely failed to stop at a red signal light and activated his emergency equipment and conducted a traffic stop. The officer made contact with the defendant, who was observed to be behind the driver's seat of the vehicle, and the defendant stated that he does not have his identification card with him, and the defendant gave a fictitious name of Fisher Leroy with date of birth January 1st, 2006. The officer ran the name through NCIC and found a DPS picture that does not remotely resemble the defendant. The defendant was asked if he was given the correct information, and the officer walked back to his patrol vehicle to double check, and the officer then observed the defendant exit the vehicle and sprint away despite giving him orders to stop. The officer ran after the defendant and observed the defendant get into another vehicle, the passenger side. The other vehicle drove away, and the officer gave the last direction of travel over the radio, but was not able to locate the vehicle. The officer walked back to the defendant's vehicle, secured it, and conducted an inventory check, finding a debit card inside with the name Kendrick Davis. The officer ran the name through NCIC and found a hit with a date of birth of 2/10/2003 with multiple Class C warrants, and ran a driver's license check with the defendant's picture and with date of birth. The DPS picture matched the defendant, and he was able to positively ID. And that's it, Your Honor.
So I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward on both of your cases. The reason I'm bringing you out now is because there's no bond that's set on your cases, and we have to set you a bond. One of the things that I use to determine on what to set a bond is how dangerous you are, because I've never met you before. I don't know you. And all I know is that you've got a birthday in 5 days. So he's on bond for an aggravated robbery now, right?
Yes, Judge. It's my understanding, I think it was a 2B, it looks like. I don't believe bond conditions and everything were put in place until a few days ago.
Okay. So the charging instrument was filed November 13th of 2024. I think that you may well be right. In that case, it says here, Kendrick Richard Davis hereinafter saw the defendant heretofore on or about August 12th, 2024 did then and there unlawfully while in the course of committing a theft of property owned by yada 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 with intent to obtain and maintain control, intentionally and knowingly cause bodily injury to the complaining witness by using and exhibiting a deadly weapon, namely a firearm. Complainant McSweeney advised that defendant Davis proceeded to pull a pistol from his waistband and pistol whip him with it multiple times on his head and face area, causing multiple cuts and bruises to his head and face area. As he proceeded to fall down on the ground, he continued to strike him in the head and face area with a closed fist and then stomp on his face with his foot. Complainant McSweeney stated that he was in fear for his life and felt severe head pain as a result of the assault. I see that he has also picked up an evading arrest in a motor vehicle the day after our two cases. How? Oh, I guess that's how they caught up to him, right?
They must have. They found him, and that's when they arrested him on that, and then he got picked up on me, I believe.
Okay, so what happened in that case? Is he like driving 100 miles an hour? Is he just?
Yes, Judge. It says that the officer observed the defendant conduct an improper turn and failed to turn into the correct designated lane. They activated their lights and sirens, and the defendant evaded at speeds of 90 to 115 miles per hour for 3.5 miles on the highways and multiple residential and business streets.
Okay. I think that you are an extreme danger to our public, and I'm going to do everything in my power to protect our public. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to order you not to drive. You will be signing an affidavit with me today promising me you're not going to drive. I don't give a rat's behind what is going on in your life. I don't care if there's a burning building. You have to say 50 kittens. If I find that you drive, I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing an additional 6 months jail and a $500 fine every time you get into a car and drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm also putting in this affidavit that you're not supposed to be in possession of any weapons as well. If I find that you have a weapon, because I don't know if you're going to get out or not, and because these cases, because of the nature of the aggravated robbery, because of the nature of this one, I'm making his bonds high, you know? I'm gonna set them at 20,000 each.
So can I make an argument?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
you, Judge.
I don't want to get ahead of myself, please. Yes.
So I was appointed to Mr. Davis this morning. I was able to talk to him a little bit in the holdover. We are requesting PR bonds for both of the cases. He's 22 years old. He's lived in, or I'm sorry, 21 years old. He's lived in Houston his whole life. He has a lot of family in Houston, his grandparents, mom, daughter, and siblings. Prior to being in custody, he was working at Builders First Source for around a month. Mr. Davis also lives with his grandfather who has cancer. Mr. Davis is his caretaker, is my understanding. Mr. Davis has no savings and was found to be indigent by the court, so we are requesting a PR bond.
I think that he is an absolute, just a complete danger to our public. I can't possibly give him a PR bond due to the nature of both of the charges that you are facing now. I think that you're a flight risk. You've done everything in your power to evade capture. You've produced false names. So I find by clear and convincing evidence that you're an extreme flight risk. You're a danger to our community. And I'm going to set your bonds each at $20,000. I don't know if you're going to be able to post bonds, but if you do, I'm going to order you under house arrest if you do get out. And I'm going to order you to obtain a GPS monitor on your ankle. Like I said, you will be signing an affidavit with me today promising me you're not to be in possession of any weapons and not to drive any vehicle whatsoever for any reason. If you do, I can have a contempt hearing. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So I guess the felonies are set for April 7th. I don't like to set them out too far just in case. If you want to, we can do up to 30 days. It's up to you.
That's perfect.
And then we'll come back. I don't know. We'll see what circumstances have changed, and then we'll go from there and just keep us in the loop.
Okay, thank you.
All right. I need you to sign this for me. I need him to sign bond conditions with Felicia, and then after that, it's pretty done. Okay.
Wait, excuse?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
And thank you for everything.